Oh, hey people. So, yeah, got a question that I'm going to give you a warning up front. This is probably the most extreme style of play you can potentially do within the realm of kink. Yeah. The reason is this is by far the most dangerous style of play you can do. And what I am talking about is gunplay. More specifically, using a gun to play with another human being. Specifically, using it to penetrate another human being. Usually repeatedly for X amount of time. Right off the bat, a lot of you are going to go, why the hell would you do that? And that's exactly why. Is because it is so extreme. It is so dangerous. It is beyond one of those things that's exciting. Now, have I done this? Yes. But there's a big asterisk next to it, and I'll explain that in a second. The thing about it is that if you're going to do this kind of play, there are multiple ways of playing with it. The first and foremost is not using a real gun. Using a prop gun, using a toy gun, using something that's not a real gun at all. Just simulating the process of doing this. Next would be using a real gun, but that's not loaded. Making sure that it is completely unloaded. That the ammunition is far away from the weapon, but using an actual weapon. The next type is using a loaded gun with the safety on, your finger away from the trigger. Again, this is where you have now crossed the line into this can go horribly, horribly wrong. The next style would be to do the same thing, but with the safety off. The last style is probably the most dangerous, which is loaded, safety off, finger on trigger. I do not recommend the last two types at all, because even though I cannot point to a particular case where this has gone wrong, it has every hallmark of this can go horribly wrong. Now, there is one other way to do this, which is a way that you can accomplish the higher end of this and still be relatively safe. Anytime you have a bullet in a gun, regardless, it's dangerous. It's really, really super dangerous. But there is one other way, which is the way that I did it, which is with the person I played with, I left out one piece of information about the particular gun that we were using, which was it didn't have a firing pin. Therefore, if it had fired, the chances of the bullet actually firing were pretty much 0 to none. Was there still potential just because of the violent reaction of the hammer hitting the back of the bullet? Yes, but the firing pin itself was not in the gun. Therefore, it was extremely unlikely it would happen. This is how I played with them. I did not tell them that the firing pin was not in the gun. Nor would I do something like that, because the thing about it is that as the dominant, your number one job is safety. Your job is to be as safe as possible. Now, do I recommend you do this play type? No. If you're gonna do it safely. Do it. Think ahead. Like I said, the idea came to me when this idea was presented to me about doing this play, about getting the gun I was going to be playing with, and I had a friend who was really good with firearms, and I asked her, "Is there a way to make it disabled but yet could seem completely functional?" And that's where she brought up the idea of removing the firing pin. I asked her, could she do it? She said yes. And as far as the person who I was playing with knew, it was a fully functional gun. So it accomplished everything that needed to be done. We were able to do the scene. She got what she needed. I enjoyed it for what it was. But I knew that it was relatively safe, even though it was loaded. The firing pin or the safety trigger was off. The safety was off, and my finger was on the trigger while I was penetrating her with the gun. She had a massive orgasm due to this. So she got what she needed. I got what I needed, and I did it in a way that was relatively safe. Would I do it again? Probably not after what I just told you, because I'd want to do the same setup, and just by telling you this, I have now ruined it. But, yeah. It's one of those play types that is on the extreme high end of what we do. So, if you're going to do it, play safe. Don't do anything too stupid. Do this at your own risk. If you get injured, do not blame me. Like I said, I am telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Making it very clear, do not do this. But I believe in harm reduction, not telling people, you can't do this, don't do this, you should never do this. No, I believe if you're going to do this, you should have as much information possible to do it as safely as you can. Any of the play types, like somebody in that same question, somebody asked me about knife play. Now that's a whole other long category videos where I can do multiple videos on that subject, and I eventually will. But this is a one and done kind of a thing. Like I said, don't, but if you are, play safe. So that's kind of it for now. Be well and safe.